Hello, welcome to Call of the Void. I'm Emma, I'll be a Dungeon Master for this show. In this campaign, we're going to be chasing a very strange dream that some of the characters have had, potentially straight into a domain of dread. So join us to see what happens. For anyone here who's new to Dungeons & Dragons, everyone around the table is playing a fantasy character in a fantasy universe. The players each have their own unique character, which lets them tell them what they can and can't do. They'll mostly be rolling a 20-sided dice, and you'll be able to see the results, I think in this corner, to see if they succeed in what they're trying to do. 20s are fantastic, 1s are not great. And while they're playing their characters, everything else in the universe is played by me, so creepy domains of dread, mists, etc. Between me describing the world and story and the players describing what they want to do and some dice rolls to keep things unpredictable for all of us, we're going to tell a story together. Now it's time to meet the characters and have a word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Lola, and I am playing Irarai, a Kalashta monk who is absolutely devoted to hunting down agents of the Dreaming Dark and ending them where they are to stop the incursion onto other and more material planes. Not so successful at actually getting on with anybody else, though. Very confused.
Hi, I'm Sam, and I'm playing a guy with no name, who you'll probably get to know as The Hand, who is an orcish Oath of Redemption paladin. He's done some bad stuff, he's started doing some good stuff to try and make up for it, and he cares about justice. And that's all there is to say.
Hi, I'm Tom, and I'm playing. I'm Pip. I'm the Autumn Stag. My best friend is Nutmeg, who is going for her apotheosis. She's also a dear person. I'm also a published writer. I got 2 stars. That was good. And I'm excited to go on an adventure with my new best friends.
Hello, I am Nick, and I am playing a Carabo Maka. Most people just call me Bo, a Dissipator Tiefling, who has been through quite a bit in his time and has a few enduring marks to remember those moments by. In particular, one horn has been sheared down to only about 1.5 inches remaining. A Carabo is a aberrant mind sorcerer, and he is now, he's been working for the guard in Waterdeep, or remnants of it, parts of it, for some time, and has his hands in a few pies. Let's see what he gets himself into this time.
Hello, I'm Sean, and I am going to be bringing back old Georgie for the 3rd time. Very excited to be playing this Tortle Artificer. Yes, I've even learned how to spell or say. No, I clearly haven't. But old Georgie is a theatre props master who has found himself unwillingly at times in the adventuring malarkey that seems to be all the rage these days. Not too fussed by it by himself, but so yeah, do tune in and see what we get up to.
We are delighted to be sponsored by HeroForge. HeroForge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. HeroForge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of their collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive, cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. Playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our supporters at D&D Beyond, your guide to digital D&D. Make character sheets online, share them in a campaign, and track all of those tasty little stats in one easy place. You can use the Beyond app to track your characters on the go. You can also use their encounter tracker and archive monsters to run any smooth combat thing. You know what I'm saying. You're a DM. You've done this before. You know D&D Beyond is the place to go. You can also check out our character sheets and an ! Characters in Twitch chat below.
Check out our wonderful supporters, Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
This stream will run for 3 hours, and there will be a roughly 5 to 10 minute break somewhere near the middle. We run shows on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Greenwich Meridian / British Summertime, which is 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. in mainland Europe, and 2 a.m. Tuesday morning in Japan and parts of Australia. On Mondays and Tuesdays, we run TTRPG streams for 3 hours. And on Fridays, we run our talk show, Talk Together, for 1 hour. Our TTRPG streams can be one-shots, 4, 6, 8, or 12 weeks long. You can always find our latest schedule at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg/schedule.
We are Roll Together RPG on all socials, so find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok. Links in chat.
Thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. You can find a link in chat. Help us make our shows from just £1, $1, or £1 gold piece, and unlock more tiers by joining. Our D20 Club are fab. They've created a fan Discord for us. They've also made a wiki page for Roll Together. You can find that at rolltogether.fandom.com.
Welcome to our podcast listeners. If you also would like to listen to us via podcast, you can search for Roll Together RPG on your favourite podcast provider. If we're not there, let us know and we will add ourselves to that list. Finally, we play with a diverse group of players who play a diverse set of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans and GNC positive, and we encourage and champion trans and GNC players and characters in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own. We aim to avoid misgendering, but we acknowledge that it does happen and have a company policy in place for correcting people on pronouns. If we miss an instance of misgendering, we're open to being corrected, so do let us know if you think one's been missed. We're using the TTRPG Safety Toolkit, and we encourage safe play in ours and your TTRPGs. You may see us use pause cards, but as we edit our streams, most of our safety tools are invisible. You can find out more, including a link to the toolkit, at !safety in chat, where there's also a link to content warnings. May be relevant for this stream. And now let's get into the intro and get started with the show. welcome back everyone to our final episode of Call of the Void. Last time, what happened last time? Well, you dispatched the Gorger, which was terrorizing the skeletons of this place where you are, which is called a specific thing. Someone help me out.
Boneyard.
Thank you very much.
Boneyard? We're trying to avoid saying Bone Town.
Going down to Bone Town.
After which Georgie's mum showed up, basically kidnapped him, had a little chat where she was like, I saved you when you were an egg, when you were born, because your shell was broken. And then when the others turned up, proceeded to try and murder him on an altar, which was also talking to all of you in a maybe slightly concerning fashion. At which point, she did manage to get 3 of you unconscious. That's Pip, Old Georgie, and the Hand, who are currently all lying on the floor, while Urirai and Bo, could you all just put your names on the screen, please? I did quite well there, but it's going to deteriorate as the night goes on. Urirai and Bo are still up and able to potentially intervene in this situation. I will give you both a turn. In fact, we'll stay initiative. Bo, Georgie is lying on the floor, dying. Pip is lying on the floor, dying. The Hand is lying on the floor, dying. Urai's fine. What's she gonna do?
Nutmeg is also kicking the door. She's freaking out.
Oh, yeah.
There's a massive turtle corpse.
Great. Probably run away. No, I will. Not much I can do other than I will try to stabilize old Georgie, as I believe Georgie was the one nearest to me towards the end.
Sure.
So I will just be like, okay, no, up you get, and I'll just try and stabilize as best I can.
Roll a medicine check.
This will go so well.
Don't roll a 1.
Why?
Why did you say it?
Why?
Why did you say it?
He's just ripped your arm off and is hitting you with it.
It's only 4 centimeters of pressure.
You feel around and you realise that you're for some reason Georgie's lying on his front and you're just feeling his shell and there's nothing there that you can do with his shell.
Also, Georgie has a dagger in his chest and you're just like pressing him down deeper.
All right, Bo. Well, that was excellent.
That's all I got.
And here I was thinking that you would like stabilize Georgie, so I could just be like, okay, cool. I know who I have to heal and bring up now.
I mean, I try.
And Bo is also here.
Yep.
The Hand, please could you make your death saving throw?
The Hand would really rather not, but anything for you,
This could go really poorly because you're already on 1 fail, aren't you?
Yeah. That's a 13.
Yay.
1 fail, 1 success. The Hand is dying, but doesn't seem to be getting worse at the moment. Urirai.
So we established that Georgie had 2 fails.
Georgie looks bad.
Yeah.
There's blood pooling out from around this turtle shell face down on the floor. It doesn't look good.
Well, I don't know what that was. Could I possibly, like... Well, no, you know what? I'll just heal Georgie. And can I stabilize the Hand or wait? No.
No, they're both actions unless you've got healing word.
No, I do not. I just have cure wounds, so I have laid hands on Georgie and given you 8 points of health.
Georgie, everything hurts. You're not a happy boy.
This
What's going
cure
on?
wounds is sorry. It's like your mother is dead now, though there was some truth in the assertion that you must die for us to leave. So perhaps we discuss.
But where's everybody else? What was everyone else lying down?
After they are also back with us.
Pip, roll a death save.
Sorry, it's the fact you're being revived. You're like, your mum's dead, Georgie. Plot is happening, Georgie.
Too.
I have very low charisma, okay?
I have very low self-esteem.
Low charisma. Bum.
Oh gosh, that's that.
Tom, what have
Yeah.
you done?
I'll tell you what I've done, folks. Pip's dead. Pip's straight up dead. Well, it's a pleasure playing with you all.
Okay. Pip is dead.
Pip is dead. One of the longest running characters. I guess Ed's gonna, with Rorico's gonna keep most characters.
I didn't realise you'd already had a death save.
Yeah,
We were all on
Yeah,
several
we've got
fails.
Yeah.
Georgie, you wake up to hear I tell you your mum is dead, and then you hear Pip take his last breath as well.
Pip? No, this isn't right. You're... The hand. Is it my turn?
It is your turn next.
I mean, it does make my choice of who to heal significantly easier.
Happy to help.
Silver linings.
See, now I'm like, oh shit, did I heal the wrong person? I don't know.
We're both fan favourites. Sorry.
I'm going to heal.
Shakespeare, I just keep coming back from the dead and go, I've got a speech. Goodbye.
I've only got one level 1 slot left, so I will whack a level 1 cure wounds into the hand. To the tune of full on the dice, 13 points of healing. But you kind of get this. It's almost like an EpiPen, I think, for old George. It's like, Pip's dead. Get up. Talk to your god or something. He's like one of my best friends. You've got to help him.
There is noise as Nutmeg starts smashing everything. Utter fury.
Okay.
I'm
I've
going to tap
admittedly,
the gem that for Nutmeg. Please work.
If you do that, she goes into the necklace.
I know.
Oh, man.
I don't want to deal with Meg right now.
God.
I've not been on good terms with my god, but I'm willing to give it a go if you just give me a second. I'd like to first of all just heal myself, if that's all right with you, Em, because I'm still not feeling too great. That's a second level cure wound.
He's dying, but I feel bad.
For 6 seconds, that's 8 + 2 + 3, 4, 13. And then I'd like to get on my knees and beg.
God.
Oh dear, I know you care for justice, and there was no greater justice than the friendship between Pip and Georgie. I know we don't talk often, should probably talk a bit more often. Are you there, please? And I'm not a high enough level paladin to actually have this as a feature, so...
Well, you'd have to be a cleric, for starters.
That's the one.
Can you roll me a D100?
Are you eating paper?
I'm not, personally.
I could be doing anything, to be honest.
That's a 14.
14. In your flailing, you don't realise that you've accidentally knocked the altar. And as you end this entreaty to Tyr, you do hear in your head, well, I'm not Tyr, but I suppose I could be persuaded to help.
You're a star. What is your name if you're not Tyr? That's not us. There we go, mate. Sorry. What's your name if you're not Tyr?
I do not disclose my name.
That's a shame.
You can call me Master.
Okay, Master. My name's Handy. Pleasure to meet you. I'm sure you overheard some of that conversation, but basically what I would like to have a momentary conversation about is bringing a friend, acquaintance, a colleague back from the other side who's died as a result of poor decisions which may or may not have been made by them and those around them.
And what are you willing to offer?
I'm going to be honest, I don't have much. I could offer you money.
I have plenty, actually.
I could offer you Georgie here. Everyone seems to want him.
Yeah, actually, I'm quite invested in Georgie staying alive, personally.
Okay, I could offer you me.
Go on.
I historically have been very capable of making people dead. I now am good at making people who deserve to be dead. I'm really big. I have a shield. I come with 3 friends, could be 4, depending on the outcome of this conversation.
One question. Who
Go
decides
for it.
who deserves to be dead?
Well, used to be a guy called St. Horniston. Now, normally me, but I see myself as a vessel for Tia's hands.
Right. Allow me to think on it.
Oh, go for it. That's fine. I don't know what kind of time frames you're working to at the moment. An hour would probably be ideal because it's starting to smell.
From behind all of you, you do hear a slight crack of like bones clicking back into place. And Irai, you realise that Geordie's mum's hand, which had fallen and broken, has just realigned.
Can I just sunlight radiance? I'm like, no, we killed you.
She not dead?
There might have been a slight miscalculation in my, and we'll kind of go and scatter those bones again. And I'm not aware of this situation, though. We must do something about your friend. Do you have a solution?
I'm just working on it. If you could get back to me in the next, I'll get back to you rather in the next kind of 3 to 5 working days.
What about the person that was feeding everyone?
Yeah, they'd have to be a cleric, wouldn't they? I'm going to start putting Pip's body in my bag of holding.
Well, I don't need to breathe, so...
I'm practical, if nothing else.
So mercenary. Sure.
I could
The
run.
fact that everyone's like, my colleague. I guess we're not friends. Okay, stick me in the bag.
Well, in game time, how long's it been?
I have a strength score of 12. I am not going to be able to carry Pip all the way to a thing. However, I have a bag of holding, which will make him weigh 15 pounds.
Nice and
I can
warm.
run and go and get the cleric for you if you like, and save you from somebody in a bag.
Much quicker if I just go to the cleric myself, don't worry though.
But I can be very loud and very fast.
All right, well, you do that. Give them a heads up.
Okay.
You
Andy,
still shoving like one of Pip's feet into this bag as you have this conversation.
Yeah, I'm pulling like props out. So, I don't need that. Don't need that. All right, come on.
Bo, are you going?
I will go. I've just realized my aberrant spirit abomination thing that I created to help kill the mum is still hanging around.
Yeah,
so there's star spawn about. So I might just be like,
It's a star spawn.
I mean, I could play the star spawn for the rest of
if
this.
you need a helping hand, then there's okay. Yeah, you help him if need be. I'll leave the star spawn to help, and I'll run.
Okay. Bo is running. Irai, what are you doing? You're standing guard over Geordie's mum?
Yes, though I forgot that there was a star spawn, and I'm possibly very not happy with this situation, but also like see these bones twitching and keep stamping on them and like trying to separate them.
Grand. Tom,
Hello.
when Pip dies, where's he going?
He's going back to the woods, and as he comes into actualization, there is a 9-foot tall stag man standing in front of him who just was like, well, no one. You play him first appearance.
You didn't get to dictate the stag man.
I want to be the stag man.
Interesting. If you are here, where is Meg?
Touch the
There is
necklace.
no necklace.
I assume she's with the others in the domain of dread.
And what exactly were you doing taking my daughter into a domain of dread?
I was helping my friend to find his family. I'm sorry, I failed my duty.
Yes.
They'll get her. Oh, Georgie will get her home. He's a good man. You'll get her back.
A pool to the side of you both just temporarily flickers on as you watch Georgie bamf Meg back into the necklace and completely ignore her, and then turns off again.
He's not thinking straight. He's panicking. She's safe in the necklace though. Doubt crosses Pip's face. Give me a chance to get her back, and then whatever. I owe you that much. I owe her that much. You know how much I care for her, how much I love her.
If I could, I would. But since you are here now, no longer my choice.
Is there anything I can do?
Wait. Be merry. Run around the forest as you used to.
I'll wait.
You and this very tall stag man stand by the pool of water and wait.
Yeah.
So, you're heading up to the not the temple, the cleric's place. Let me just get his name up before I...
Yes, please.
And have a
As I'm
conversation with you about him.
going to run through town, I will just be casting thaumaturgy on me and doing the thing of running, yelling, "Is there a doctor? Is there a doctor?" And cleric, obviously, but
medic.
The cleric of Helm steps out. Yes, I can. Battle.
Yes,
Are we?
good.
Oh, great! It's been so long.
Don't be so excited. Please come with me very quickly. The FYI for all of you, the Lady of Bones and so on, not nice, very horrible, and tried to kill us all. So let's, we're not going to talk about
Skeletons
that.
look like dubious. Like, roll a persuasion check just to see how well, in your panic, you persuade them that she's not great.
Let's see if I can roll better than a 1. So only a slightly, that's 12.
Well, yeah. Some look dubious, some look convinced, some are following you. This cleric is coming alongside you and is very excited about the fact that there may potentially be conflict. So, where exactly are we going, and what exactly needs hitting?
We are going to the Lady of Bones abode, and it's not hitting. I need your healing. My friend is died.
So boring. Why is there never any good hitting round here?
Well, then next time remind me, and I'll bring you along for the hitting part.
All right, you have a deal.
Okay, good. Quickly.
Yeah, like runs alongside you with the chonk of a man who hasn't run for a while, and is wearing full plate armor for some reason.
Safety first in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Andy.
Aye. That was Handy, not Andy, right? Just to check.
Yeah. Unless you want to be called Andy, because
I didn't know if Tom's next character was called Andy. I just had to check.
Too soon.
If I were to ask you to kill someone now, what would you say?
I'd say that depends on whether they have led an unjust life, and whether I believed Tyr would want them dead. Who might it be?
Does Tyr's opinion matter to you?
I would say that, as with most elements of spirituality, it's really up to individual interpretation. But in my humble opinion, if someone has lived a good life and done nothing wrong, why should I murder them for my own or someone else's pleasure?
What about those who've done bad lives?
If they
hurt other people, cause
if they're
strife,
still hurting people,
distress.
and it might make the world a better place, then maybe I'd consider it.
What about if they've been removed so that they can't hurt other people?
You're saying they're in prison.
Correct.
If they wanted to die, I'd maybe be happy to oblige.
What about if it wasn't so much about killing them, but more just containing them?
Do you mean turning them into a nugget person?
I'm not sure what a nugget person is, but we can discuss this further. No, I meant more a sort of prison of kinds. The worst prison you could possibly imagine for each individual.
The worst prison I can imagine is a dog barking behind me. I'm just gonna grab him, okay?
We don't know what that is. They don't exist. What is that?
Oh no.
Look, I'm perfectly willing for your dog to come along too. It's fine.
The worst prison. I don't have a dog, and if I did, I wouldn't know what it was. The worst prison.
Not one that, not that you can imagine, but that they can imagine.
So rather than justice, what you're maybe suggesting is me taking a new role as a courier of people.
Well, it is a form of justice, I suppose, in a way. Maintaining the unjust away from the just, mostly.
I'm not against the idea, but I'd want to have the final say in who was going.
Then we have no deal.
Maybe there could be a discussion about who's going. Or I could prioritize who's going first.
Excellent.
I'm just waxing lyrical about hypotheticals here, though, right?
Yes, hypotheticals. So, do we have a deal?
What do I get in return?
A small amount of power, perhaps more when you prove yourself.
And, can I just have a moment to discuss this with a friend upstairs? I just want to know whether this goes against an oath that I may or may not have made to a god who may or may not care deeply about justice.
My patience is thin. Be brief.
Would you give me 5 seconds? Okay, turn around. We're going to go prostrate on the ground. Sorry, prostrate on the ground.
No,
Quick, George, you get the gloves.
Wow.
Irirai, you can't hear any of this, but you can see the hand wobbling between different positions.
What is happening? Do you have
if you're there? Sorry, Irirai. I don't know if I can hear you. I hope I can, because I really need some help.
Irirai.
What, from me?
I was thinking about Tyr, but to be honest, I think you might have a good grasp on this. I care deeply about justice, and I think that someone dying as a result of misfortune and trying to save their friend, that's an act of love, and I don't think someone should die because of that if they don't have to. But if I had to put people in jail who may or may not deserve to be there in order to ensure that that person doesn't die, would that be unjust?
Well, you must stick true to your duty, but that may not be a problem so much. I believe we may have another solution. Yeah, Accountable has gone to find the cleric.
Okay, and do you think that this cleric who has only used their powers over the last few years to make water and bread, do you think they're going to be capable of reviving someone who's been dead for a little while?
I do not know, but we might.
Okay,
that we could see.
I'm going to put my faith in this. I'm going to put my faith in you. If it goes wrong, it's on your head. I'm going to touch the altar. I'm very sorry. The deal is off. I think that no matter what you could offer me and my preconceptions, I fear you a hell of a lot less than I fear the god of justice. So he's done worse things to me than you ever could. Gestures wildly to my face. So go and do one.
I suspect that you are wrong.
Trust me. Hand off the altar, and I'm just gonna I guess just like stand there, waiting, hoping that Irorai was right.
The absolute horror on their face with the whole like everything is on your head now. It's just like, this is why I don't travel with people.
Georgie, how much of Pip is in the bag now?
I don't know. I mean, I am trying to do it as respectfully as possible. So he's kind of sat in. I've probably got his knees up to his chest now, and just kind of like, go on.
Pip, occasionally through the forest, there are little pools that reflect, and you can see Georgie shoving you into a bag.
I don't. Is he taking me to eat? Is he? I mean, because I didn't think they did that on Waterdeep, but.
Oh, you return with the cleric. You run downstairs.
In this way, in here we go.
Oh,
right, here he is. What? Wow. You got further with that than I was expecting you to.
To be fair, I wasn't as far through as I thought I was going to be by this point.
That man is inside of a
A saddlebag, yes.
He's gonna do a medicine check on Pip.
He dead.
He rolled a natural one. Yes, this person appears to. How long has this man been dead?
A very short amount of time. Just moments.
And I don't suppose that any of you have a diamond.
Would it be reasonable for a paladin to be carrying a diamond?
I don't know, Sam. Are you carrying a diamond?
Yes.
Why would you be carrying a diamond?
Maybe I have
Because
too.
What you do is kill people.
Exactly, and I might have looted their corpse. No,
It's like your get out of jail free card.
I mean, I've got a component pouch. I don't know if I would have any diamonds in there.
Probably not unless you specifically need them. So you have a cleric, but you have no diamond. And what next?
Can you perhaps stabilize it or something that we might have more time?
Maybe if I sleep for 8 hours first, but I suspect that that'll be too late. Yes, sure.
What is... I'm not going to look at Tom. What is Meg's necklace made out of?
Roll. We never actually... Did we specify what colour it is, Tom? Is it purple?
It is now.
Or is it clear, Tom? Is it clear?
I'm
Is it clear?
relatively certain that it was purple when you first set it.
Yeah.
It could be a purple diamond. We
Yeah.
don't know.
Roll,
Magical
I guess, an investigation check.
I would love to. It's a 19.
It's an amethyst.
But is it though?
Afraid so.
I've got an idea, but I don't know if it'll work. I wouldn't know if Pip would like it. But is there a way to turn into a skeleton here without dying in Waterdeep?
Oh yeah, well, if people die here, eventually they come back as skeletons. I mean, you can see she's already doing it.
Yeah. No,
Is that what it is?
No.
Georgie, what would be Pip's position on reincarnation as a skeleton?
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. It's not really come up in conversation.
Do you think Pip would rather be dead forever or be a skeleton?
You just hear in your head, Handy, maybe there's another option.
Yes, voice, I appreciate that, but I don't know if I'm willing to break an oath which I spent many years breaking and have only just really begun to rebalance.
I would say that probably Pip would take any instance in which he was able to continue serving Nutmeg, who at some point I am going to have to have a proper conversation with. However, that is not amongst my skills.
And how do you
bang of the necklace on his chest?
How do you feel about Pip being gone?
to be quite honest with you, it's not something that really occurred to me. He's significantly younger than me, so I figured I'd be going first.
And there's no justice in the death of a young individual. Oh, for goodness sake.
I look at the Lord of the Hunt, like, I still don't know how old I am, to be fair. I could be 30, I could be 2,000.
I can answer that if you'd like.
How old am I?
Roughly about 42.
Oh, okay.
He's only 10 years younger than... No, fine.
Okay.
Well, hang about. It wasn't just people who lived in Waterdeep that come here. It was anyone who had conversations with me or lived in proximity to me, because there's people from the Feywild here and all. So actually, probably the only thing that Pip needs to come back here as a Skellington is to have been my friend. Which, to be quite honest, is not quite as, comforting as I thought, because that means that people that I grow close to are all doomed to come to a domain of dread when they die.
Well, do you think Pip would rather be Pip or Skellington Pip?
I mean, if he comes back as Skellington Pip, then, I'm going to devote a significant portion of the rest of my life to trying to get his body back.
Just give me a second. I've just got to make a momentary sidebar with someone whose name I don't know, but likes to go by the Master. Hand on the altar. Master, would it be possible to, prior to gaining power and maybe the possibility to bring someone back from death, to ask them their position on being dead?
It's probably within the realms of my abilities.
And would you want us to sign a contract prior to that, or are you open to me having that conversation beforehand? If you'll pardon the pun.
Prefer a deal beforehand. You could at least give me something. I'm sorry, it's so cute.
You're very whiny little dog. Can the dog roll a persuasion check? Just
Does the dog have a diamond?
Yes.
Dost thou have the diamond?
They called him the Diamond Dog.
Okay. I'm open to this deal. Yeah, okay. And if I have to kill myself to get out of it, so be it. Let's go.
You feel underneath your hand on the altar, suddenly there is something very solid there. Not the altar isn't solid, but something like lifts up your hand.
Can I look at it, please?
It is a diamond. Quite a large diamond. Probably overkill. It's a very big diamond.
Only the best. And if I just take this, that's it, right?
Oh, you've made the deal.
Okay.
As you touch the diamond, you feel different power coursing through you.
For sake.
It feels... There's a feeling to Domains of Dread that you've had since you got here. Irai, you would recognise it as well from how they feel to navigate towards. And this energy feels like that.
So this is not coming off the hound?
No. Maybe where the energy goes up into him from the diamond, you can see briefly like sort of black, misty, swirly energy around his hand.
No, not going to drop his hand on.
I feel like Sam is now just getting like dog therapy. He's like, no, what have I done? Dog therapy.
Okay. Rules question then. Does this technically count as breaching an oath? And if so, should I switch my subclass to Oathbreaker?
It's up to you. You could potentially do both at the same time.
We'll see how it goes. Cool. Am I still in conversation? Can I move my arm? Well, it was a pleasure conversing with you, Master. Thank you for your service. I hope I can be of service to you.
You will be.
I'm sure I will. We'll speak soon, right?
Oh, we will.
You know where I am. I'm here.
I'm much more conversational than Tim.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
Tyr's never actually spoken to you.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, Master. But
that was me, Emma. But I'm not opposed to being called Master.
You hear Tyr in all places, in courts of law, in the songs, in the squeaks of mice. You hear it where you want to hear it. Anyway, I have a friend to save, so I'll be back. Hand off the altar and we'll hold this diamond out towards a friend behind, namely probably Bo, who's closest to this.
Wow. Where did you get that from?
It's a conversation for another time, I think.
Okay. I'm not going to say no to it just now. I'll take the diamond and hand it towards the cleric. Is this what you need?
Bloody hell, where'd you get that?
Excellent. You said you didn't have one. He'll kneel down next to Pip's body, put the diamond on Pip's chest.
How much of him is in the bag, though?
Not your chest, like probably up to your waist.
Okay.
It's like you're sat in one of those little
race. Georgie started getting Pip back out, or just paused? Okay.
All right. Well, Helm, if you can still hear me, which I know you can, go on, do your thing.
It's kind of stroking Pip's head.
Pip, the stag man is standing next to you. He's not been there all the time. He's just appeared. Not appeared as in like poof, but like suddenly you realise that he stood next to you. Well, do you wish to go back? You don't have to.
Would be a waste of a diamond. Am I fired?
On probation, maybe.
Bring her back, then.
She cares far too much about you.
And I didn't care enough about her. I got distracted. It's not my job. It's not my job to love. Yeah, fine. I'll go back and then... I'll get her back and then we'll see.
I don't expect to see you here again. Not until the end.
It's nice to see you. Well, again, as I've been learning, dads care about kids, mums don't. That's what I've learnt through my time. Yeah.
Seems rather harsh on
Most.
mothers. But he puts a seed in your hand. Please, give it to her when you see her.
Yeah.
You wake up.
Hello?
You are a fool. If they learnt anything, you don't make contracts. You don't make contracts. Bo can show you in the book, you don't make contracts.
With what?
The book I gave you, the book I wrote, like chapter 18, don't make contracts.
Yes, that is in there. Yes, that he's not wrong. It's good to have
It would
you
have been
back,
a useful
Pip.
conversation to have before you died, but I'm glad you're back.
To be fair, we could have probably consulted the book. That would have had Pip's thoughts on quite a lot of what we were discussing.
Like me being a skeleton. Yeah, no, I heard things.
Would you have liked to be a skeleton?
Because we could.
I'm hoping the
go
answer is
again.
no.
But maybe we should bring Meg out.
Yes. Yes to them. And I couldn't leave if I was a skeleton. And the hand is making kissy faces.
Sorry, I was just talking to Robert.
Stop trying to fuck the rat! And I slam the necklace.
I mean, there isn't an attachment for that.
Weird, old Georgie, weird.
Why? Meg pops out. Can't currently see you, Pip, 'cause she's facing the wrong way, and she is staring daggers at you, Georgie, and begins to do.
No, he's there. He's right there.
Maggie, it's me.
Nothing happened.
She reluctant. She's like, she comes over and starts nuzzling you.
Hey, love. Your dad's angry with me. Soup's angry. I open my clenched hand and it's like, has a seed. There you go.
She gets a sort of golden tone to her.
Look at you. Beautiful. Real beautiful. Just sort of stroking and like, we'll get out of here and then we'll go home, okay? Me and you, like the old days. I turn around, look at the hand, I'm like, I am grateful. I am grateful.
It was the right thing to do by you, it was the right thing to do by Georgie, and clearly the right thing to do by Meg.
I'll do what I can to help you.
No, I'll be okay. No, I assure you.
I owe you a Fey debt now. Yeah, thank you. And I turned to Bo and I'm like, thank you for and turn to the cleric, thank you.
Oh, you're more
Georgie,
than welcome.
Georgie, I'm not going to fit in the bag. I'm still partially in the bag.
Of course you'll fit in the bag. No, there's lots of space in it.
I just hug old Georgie tight.
As you're doing so, Meg sneaks in a kick and it hits. Georgie, you take 2 points of damage.
I literally have one spell slot left. I'm not going to bother. Actually, how much healing did I get from Irarai?
It was 8, so you're okay. I thought you were going to take him back down.
Just knock him out.
She's not trying to kill him. She's just cross.
Hell.
Understandably.
Look, you don't get to go first. It's my turn.
I'm 42. I'm 42. I thought I was 1,000, but I'm 42.
I mean, I could have told you weren't 1,000.
I don't know. The Feywild's weird. I'm in a war with a bear. Things are weird. I then turn to Iri and I'm going, I'm also grateful to you. You know. Oh, God.
I did.
Pip just sobs. It's been a long couple of hours. Like,
It's okay. You've got Meg, you got us. You're only 42. You're in your prime.
You did something weird with the altar, and that's not good.
It's not the first time that a religious zealot has done something weird at the altar, okay?
Perhaps.
Pip lies down and then gets stuck on his back. It's like, I can't get up now.
All right, I'm going to tug on the bottom of the bag, and you just have to kind of kick out.
While they're doing that, Irarai?
Yes. I don't suppose. Is now a bad time to discuss the assertion that your mother, and kind of goes and kicks the skeletons that are reforming again. Your mother was making that none of us can leave until you die.
I mean, she only thought that it would swap me and her. I don't think that she...
There was truth in what she said about you dying, freeing us from this plane, but there was likely more to it. I don't...
Well, perhaps, Handy, you've been talkative with the altar. I'm now understanding why you were being silent and doing all this moving around. I get it now. So perhaps maybe ask the voice, him. I heard him at one point. Maybe he might know the answer to us getting out.
Okay, I'll just be a moment. Could you do that fun telepathy thing you do sometimes? Just,
Yeah, sure.
It might be useful in case I get into a stitch or you have any questions, and I can then relay it to you, and then maybe you could relay it to everyone else with impeccable timing, such that they all hear what's happening at the same time as it's happening to me.
And then in your head you hear, yes, like this. Of course, go for it.
You are a star. I'm so glad you're here. And on the altar, please. So, hello again, Master. Question, are you Georgie's dad?
Answer. No.
Good. we would like to not kill any more of Georgie's parentage today.
That would be difficult since they're all deceased. Well,
Good.
I suppose
Also,
he's eventually going to reform, so not that deceased.
Not if Irarai has anything to do with it, but anyway. Do you own this domain of dread? And if not, do you understand the rules as to the passage into and out of it?
What do you know about domains of dread?
Is that to me or to the hand?
To the hand. You can use some of your own knowledge. You can roll. I don't mind.
To the hand.
I might need to roll because the hand
others
has never.
Can filter in if they want as well.
So, I mean, you know what Irarai had said about the domains of dread earlier in the way back 5 episodes ago.
My limited knowledge is that there is normally someone in charge of them, and they tend to be rather nasty and a manifestation of their character and some kind of evil.
Interesting. Interesting that is what has gotten out. Not quite. We use the domains of dread to punish people who deserve it.
Okay.
They cannot live in society, so they live here with us forever.
Who's us?
Me and my friends. We go by the Dark Masters if you're looking to put a name.
Okay. That's going to be one that someone needs to write down and chronicle because it sounds complicated. Like I've heard of some gatekeepers. It sounds like you could be in kind of the echelons of that level of jiggery pokery. Cool. So, oh, sorry, I just have a slight cough.
That's the bone dust.
Hey, it happens to the best of us. So, is this your domain?
And technically, many of them are mine, including this one, although I'm not the Dark Lord of this domain, shall we say.
Okay, and I assume you're not going to tell me who is.
Is it not obvious?
Is it Georgie's mum?
Bingo.
Cool. Is it possible to get out of here without Georgie's mum?
Possible, yes. Difficult, yes. What are you willing to give up?
Well, Georgie's mum was willing to give up Georgie, but on the basis that I just traded a life of eternal servitude for Pip, I don't think I'm willing to give up Georgie. So, Bo, what are we willing to give up to leave?
Oh, okay. Everybody, what are we willing to give up to leave? This is the question I've just been asked. So,
do we need to? We could try our luck through the mist again.
I suppose. I don't know.
But I mean, the mist isn't going to be any good for the majority of the people that are here. I'm presuming that the skeletons want to go home and all, or at least to heaven or whatever they consider to be the final resting place of them.
This is true.
Good point. Not sure what to give up. Or do we have to?
Look, I've been thinking about it, and if it means that you all and Pip and all of the people that I've encountered throughout my life get to go home, then probably the life of one turtle is not actually that high a cost. So
we have already killed one turtle. I prefer not to kill a second today.
Yeah, but not the right turtle.
Master, I don't know if you're party to the conversations happening outside, but do we have to sacrifice anything? 1. And 2, is it Georgie's death that's required or Georgie's soul? In the case of the former, would it be possible for you to provide me with another diamond?
Doesn't necessarily need to be Georgie. I mean, that was what his mother was obsessed with and formed her theories as to how she could leave. I don't know where she got that idea from. I would be willing to trade a new Dark Lord.
Well, Bo, do you like the idea of being a Dark Lord?
Wait, what? You want me to be a Dark Lord?
It's just a hypothetical. Georgie's mum is out of a job, and the master, as they go by, I'm sure they have a slightly more casual name, we'll get to that at a later date, would like a new Dark Lord.
Interesting. That's a new one by me. Don't get over Dark Lord every day. That's quite a...
No, I'd say you don't.
No. Some might call it promotion. Others, maybe not. Not sure. I mean, what does that even entail? What would that do?
What does that entail?
Well, the domain needs someone to protect it, to look after it, to make sure the mists remain, to ensure the people who live here are either thriving or not thriving. It's really up to the Dark Lord as to what happens there.
So the aesthetic here, could that change with the Dark Lord? For example, if you had someone who wasn't the Bone Lord but was the Rainbow Lord, maybe they'd be colourful and nice.
It's not something I've ever considered before, but I suppose potentially.
Okay, Bo, here's the thing. Basically, you can do whatever you want. It's like free real estate. It's going to give it to you, and you decide whether the people who come here thrive or die. You can decorate it how you want. Just generally have a nice time here, but you will have to steal people's souls and put them here, or someone will. I'm sure the details of that will be hashed out between the Master and whoever the Dark Lord is, and maybe the courier they may or may not have signed up earlier.
Why are we nominating Bo for this? Because you're a young lad, and you've got your own job and your own responsibilities. I feel like, at the very least, we should be drawing straws.
Irai, can you go back to the Feywild? Can you planeswalk back to the Feywild once you're out?
I can find my way as long as there are.
No, Pip, you're not. No, you're not doing it.
I've died. I'm in. I put my hand on the altar. Hey.
No, I'm going up.
Dog doesn't want this, Pip.
Spoken for.
I'm going up and putting my hand on the water. No, you're not having Pip. I'm not losing him twice.
No, look.
Look, you can nap off, all right?
Look, I failed my job. I'm new real estate, as they say. I've got the weird bones on my head already. It's a look. Imagine this with a skull. Come on.
No, you need a tool for this particular domain address.
As a party of friends, I've got an idea.
Stop being a hero.
Why don't we turn this from the Boneyard to the bread, meat, and water yard and have a conversation with the cleric?
I guess we all turn to look at the cleric.
Who's
Hand off the altar. How do you like the idea of being a Dark Lord? Because to be honest with you, none of us want to. Comes with free real estate, decorate it how you want, your own denizens. Imagine that. You can finally take that promotion up to middle management.
Do you think if I made them do sort of... It could be pretend wars every day, they'd be upset.
They wouldn't get a say in it, to be honest.
They do love acting.
Would be delighted.
They do love acting. You're right, Pip. Friends, do we feel like this is an appropriate thing to do to people who are dead?
Would they
You're right, Bo.
Would they be able to leave? Because some of the Skellingtons love being here, but some of the Skellingtons would like to leave, and I wouldn't want to keep anyone here against their will. Would I be able to choose?
You would have to maintain the mists.
How does one maintain the mists?
See, that is the thing that I noted. So without the Dark Lord, the mist would dissipate? Would we then be able to travel freely?
That's a valid question. I don't want to put my hand on the altar, Em. I'm as far from the altar as possible in the hopes that the Master can't hear the conversation we're having at the moment.
You see, I didn't intend to spend hours hashing out contract law, but here we are. But I'm not against the idea of checking.
But also, if the Dark Lord is nothing... If the mother was the Dark Lord, which we've just discovered, then... And she's dead, is this not... How is everything still up and holding and running and working?
Oh, apparently there's like different levels. There's like Dark Lords and there's Dark Masters, and I think the Dark Lords are beneath the Dark Masters and their denizens. They all serve the same evil end, whatever that may be. But there's some element of hierarchy, which, if anything, does show that maybe they're not truly evil, in that they've formed some kind of dark society.
Are you saying that in the case of a vacant position, they're kind of covering the duties of the Dreadlord that's currently... Is she still twitching, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
I hit her with my hammer.
Star Spawn just...
Yeah, it does sound like, this domain's not going anywhere, so it's not just a case of, we would just destroy it and everyone can leave, so...
There is, I guess, another option. And that's, I like the idea of war sounds nice, but I feel like it's kind of a bit hijinksy and ignoring the reality of what people want from an afterlife, forcing them to kill each other until the end of eternity. Whereas maybe we could come to a more just solution. Master,
I'm sorry. That's not what people want from an afterlife. That's all I wanted from my afterlife. That's what I was promised. I was promised war every day and then mead in the evening.
This is just Valhalla, isn't it? Master, question. Could the Dark Lord come and go as they please?
No, the Dark Lord stays.
Oh, bollocks.
However, I suppose they could let other people come and go as they pleased. If that was what they wanted.
There's a lot of talk about Dark Masters and Dark Lords, and Irirai is getting more and more uncomfortable and very much like, is this why I'm here? Am I to try and destroy this? How would I? Can I, is there a roll I could make? Is this connected at all to the reason I am here?
Sure, roll a history check.
Okay.
Or some sort of insighty thing.
Which is better? My insight is better. It's not great, but it's not great.
It's very difficult 13. To tell whether there's a connection and whether there's not a connection. It's also, at this point, pretty difficult to figure out how you would do anything to the Dark Masters. All that you're aware of so far is that they're powerful enough to give out warlock powers, which is like equivalent to God powerful.
Okay, I've got an idea. So, Master, you said that I could make this. So whoever could make this place as nice as they would like. It's up to them, right? It doesn't have to be nasty.
It doesn't have to be nasty if it's not run by someone that we've put here deliberately. If, for example, you decided to all stay and leave Georgie's mum here, and she resurrected, she would be in charge and she can do as she pleases, but within limits. Everyone will still become Skellington. She can't change that. It's part of her contract. However, I'm willing to make a new contract. Not with you. Yours is set.
Bollocks. Okay, I'm out. You're going to have a conversation with someone else. I'm sorry. I had an idea. It's gone.
I was willing to sacrifice myself at disposal. I'm sworn to put the necklace back on and just lean against Meg. I'm like,
if you wanted to upgrade from... You're not touching the altar anymore. If you wanted to upgrade from servant to lord, I'm not opposed to the idea. Sam, that was to you.
Sorry, I thought you were talking to Pip.
It's in your head.
Is Bo still privy to this conversation? Are you relaying it at all?
Everything, I'm assuming, is being relayed.
Got him. So yeah, I'm saying it all out loud.
Andy,
the voices.
Andy,
Yes.
Look, I appreciate everything you've done. You've already signed your life away as a contract, as a favour to me, to resurrect my friend. I can't ask you to give up any more.
Well, I could make this place nice. That's all. I could make it a land of justice. Everyone can come here. If they're bad, they can go to bad person prison. If they're good, they can just run around the forests, hunting animals that feel no pain, eating food that's not derived from those animals, drinking crystal clear water, fighting each other if that's what they want to do with banners and stuff. It can just be a nice place. It can be a pocket dimension of tears love.
You could do all of that. You could, make it a peaceful land and fill it with all the nice things. But I mean, so could I. Like, you could continue your life. You're young'un, and I mean, I'm no spring chicken. I've probably only got a couple of years left if I'll stay on the plane.
And
whereas,
so could the person that is already here.
I think he might be a bit evil. That's all I'm going to say. I think forcing people to fight until the end of time, I would not say that's a just end to people who may not want to be here.
I can hear you,
Yeah, and I'll break your neck if you do anything, okay? So watch your tongue.
I'm very grateful you revived me.
Yeah, we're very grateful to you and Elm and all of your services. But also, you've been stuck here for years.
Yeah, you could be free. Or at least content.
I could go fight in the wars.
Georgie.
Get my axe back out.
Here's the thing. I've done a lot of bad things. I've killed a lot of people who didn't deserve to die. In the name of a god who I believed wanted that. I have punished people who should have been facilitated to lead good lives. I have recently found purpose, but it tends to be in building bakeries and walking orphans and cuddling dogs. I mean, blink dogs.
Shorthand, gotcha.
Your life has value. It has meaning. It brings joy to the people around you who know you and to the people who come to the Savoy. And I do not think it is the right thing for the well-being of Waterdeep or anyone else in your life for you to spend the rest of eternity here. Myself, on the other hand, if I can genuinely do some cosmic good using the power of the Master, whoever that may well be, then that's what I'd like to do for the rest of my life, however long or short it may be.
Look, I can let people come and go as I please. So in theory, I can just let people take my props back to Waterdeep from here. So
Through the Shadowfell.
Yeah, it's only like a quick hop.
Past the hag, the story hag.
It's part of my new deal. I need a portal to the Savoy. Look, I think the only way we're going to resolve this amicably is if we draw straws, isn't it? Could I use my magical tinkering to create 5 straws?
Of course, sorry, theoretically.
Slightly subversively, I would like to imbue them with the property that when someone picks one, I can make it the long straw so that I am left with the short straw.
I hate you so much.
Roll a sleight of hand check, I guess. You can definitely make them. Roll a sleight of hand check to conceal.
It's only an 8.
I slap it out of your hand. I'm like, no! Ogden is going to be so angry.
They work, but there's something slightly suspicious looking about them.
Can I?
Okay.
Oh.
Can I drop the psychic link I have with Handy, and I want to have a psychic link with the cleric.
Sure.
Oh, jeez.
Making deals upon deals here.
I was going to say to the cleric, you've been here a while. Do you want to stay here or do you want to go home?
Well, now you've said it, I kind of want to go home. I mean, there's real wars out there, not all this fake acting shit.
Okay.
I could be useful again, Not that I wasn't useful with the food, but I could be, genuinely useful in doing what I trained to do, which was, war.
Fair enough. And there's people that want to stay and there's people that want to go. That's what you said, yes?
Oh, yeah, some of them love it.
Okay, good. Cool. I'll drop that just because whilst the tinkering was happening, I just want to have a quick conversation. And then if you've done that, I will like, Georgie, really? You want to tinker this away and then become the person that stays and rules over this domain of dread? That's what you want in life? That's what you want to do? Pip, you died and you came back, and you're going to sacrifice yourself?
Yes, that's what I do. That's why I was made.
And Meg will be happy with that, and her dad will be happy about that. From everything you said, I don't think so.
I'm very purposely not looking at Meg at this point because
Meg is just nudging you with her nose continuously, like poking you. It's starting to bruise because she's just poking you in the same place.
Fine. Okay, turn around. Hey.
She bites your nose gently, which is the acknowledged symbol for you're an idiot.
Okay, no kid. Okay, we'll get you home. Ow.
So sounding like it's between me and Andy, yeah?
Unless Ira wants to throw their hat in the ring.
Yeah, I want to be a
I'm
Dark
assuming
Lord.
it's a no, to be honest.
Think about it.
If I wants to put their hand on the altar and talk to this.
You couldn't make it any worse. Go ahead.
No, I just. Hello.
Oh, another one. Hello. Oh, interesting. You taste fizzy.
What, taste again?
Do we know you?
I don't know you.
Where did you come from?
Why does it matter?
I guess in all of these discussions, there is a certain curiosity that springs to mind.
I understand your mission.
You
I don't think that we are what you seek.
But you know of them?
Yes.
Are they here?
I think that they're everywhere.
I suppose I still have a job to do then. And well, lift the hand off the altar and turn to Georgie and nod at them, but very obviously step back and slash scatter those bones again. Yes.
Give the hand a good stomp.
It's purely for the fact that we don't need someone else coming to put their hand in the ring.
Yeah.
Crossover, like, I'll still do it.
Bo?
Well, you see, you've got me thinking with everything you're saying, and actually, I don't know if you have necessarily. Well, short years left, Georgie? I don't think so. You have a lot to do, and the hand, you are saying you've got all this atoning to do, and I suppose you could do that on a cosmic scale from here, but then also maybe on the material plane where it already happened is where you need to do the atoning, whereas on the other hand, I'm beginning to buy into this, and perhaps I can do it.
You need to talk to your boss. You usually seem to run everything by your boss.
I do that because he thinks I need to talk to him. I do it because it's good for him. It's not something I need to be doing.
All right.
So I could quit that job. I don't need to be there. I can stay here. They won't miss me.
Sure. Also,
No
you're
one
the
will
prince
miss me.
of the sewer people. Don't forget
And
about
Prince of
that.
Sewer people. There's a lot of sewer people that would need to be dealt with. And let's just say I don't like bullies. And if I can put bullies in check, that would work quite well for me.
So 3 straws, yeah?
3 straws.
I kind of, rub my hands together to really mess them up so that people can't follow which ones are which. Right. There you go.
And there's no magical jiggery pokery here.
Yeah, of course not.
Roll a deception check.
Of course I won't. I'll roll it. I won't succeed. That's a 17. That's a 19 with a -2.
Is anyone inciting?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Give it a go.
I'm going to insight it from where I am, having stepped out of it.
I was so close to a natural 20. That's an 11.
Okay, that's fine.
That is a 22.
17.
There is definitely something magical. Pip, Bo, you alright? What you get?
14.
You're right. No, don't think so. Bo and Pip, Georgie's definitely lying.
Okay. Just before we go into to reach to take it then, I will, using my psionic spell capabilities, so it is a subtle spell, so nobody knows it's being cast. I want to cast Charm Person on old Georgie.
Oh, God.
What do I roll?
That will be a... what save is that? Wisdom saving throw.
That's a 14. Am I able to use a reaction?
Don't technically know it's happening.
Yeah.
I'm going to use counterspell rules, which would be that if you don't know it's happening, you can't do anything about it.
Absolutely fair.
In that case, it's an 18, so you are charmed by me. Georgie, we are all friends here. Have you tricked this?
Well, of course I have. I don't want either of you staying here on my account.
Then will you kindly untrick it and make it a fair gamble, please?
I really don't know how, to be honest. I suppose I could just use some normal sticks in that case.
Or knuckles from your mother's hand.
Wait a minute, I think I've got some corks in here. I know, where have they gone?
The hand will be removing 3 phalanges from Georgie's mum's dead hand.
I pick up the deer skull and just throw it out the door. I'm like, go fetch.
I guess the shortest.
Yeah, we could use these. The smallest one stays forever.
Okay.
All right.
How are we doing this?
I think it's going to have to be a roll. Unless someone is trying to do something else, Trixie.
I don't think I can anymore.
Is there something does Irarai think that there is something we're missing here?
Roll an intelligence check.
What I can do is cast sleep on the entire party.
If you're going to do it, now is the time to do it.
It'll work on me and Pip.
Yeah.
Intelligence. It's not great.
On you as well.
Oh, well, it is a 21.
You can't see anything.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I think probably just a straight D20, assuming that you all as players are happy for this to be random.
I think I'd rather it was the hand. I think Georgie would rather it's Georgie. I think Bo would rather it's Bo. So the easiest way to do it without killing each other is...
Right, everyone roll a dice on D&D Beyond. Let's be having you.
So it's not Georgie.
Do we set that it would be the highest gets it or the lowest?
Oh, good point.
It's going to be the highest.
Well, shit. It's a 4.
There's a 5% chance here, Bo. Go on.
16.
Sam?
That was a 19.
You have the smallest knuckle bone.
Well, that's
that solves that. I guess we should get to getting you home. Yeah. Hand on the altar. Master, I would be more than happy to serve you and your friends through the medium of managing this. Yes.
It's the realm of dance.
The maid of dance.
Sorry, Sam.
No, it's no, unfortunately. Dance, paladin, dance.
Through the medium of maintaining this domain of dread in a way I see fit. I would like to stipulate any denizens here at this time who wish not to be returned alongside the other members of my party to the material plane to do as they wish until the time at which they reach their timely demise, at which point they can be returned unto me to judge them fairly.
Whoa, that's...
Interesting. So we're going to judge people here, are we?
We are going to judge people based on how they lived their lives and the reasoning as to which they decided to live their lives accordingly. The other members of my party, of course, will not be judged here and will go to whatever realm they perceive to be where.
Contracts, you shaking. It's like, you got to be so cautious. Think before you speak.
Thank you, Pip.
You wish to judge, you may judge.
And we will redecorate. And everyone here will not be skeletons. They will appear as they wish to appear.
Oh, the wallpaper is up to you. The mechanics, those are up to me.
Bones,
okay.
You say?
Bones.
Do you say
Thanks, Georgie.
bones?
Okay. But what they do here, once they are here, that is under my jurisdiction.
Some.
Well, alas, we find ourselves in an impasse, but I would like to facilitate the travel of my friends out of here.
Well, maybe just hold on.
Okay, but don't forget there have been numerous times in the history of the Forgotten Realms when people have killed God using only friendship. So just bear that in mind and be careful.
Well, that'll be interesting, won't it?
That was not threatening. It was just a statement of historical fact.
You feel power coursing through you, and you feel a sudden connection to the land around you, the people who are here, everyone who's in this room, and you also feel a weird sense of control over the mist that's surrounding this place. Just one quick question before we go to break. How do you want to appear? Because you get to choose as well.
Maintain the bones. Bony facade on myself, not the place.
Too late. Deal done.
As I do, but with an air of being comfortable in one's own skin. So the same, but more content in my own image.
Excellent. And with that, we'll take a quick break and we'll come back to discover the ramifications of this decision in a second.
God damn you,
everyone.
Nick.
Oh dear.
God damn you.
Why won't people let me sacrifice myself? I long for the void. The call.
It calls to me. The void.
Amazing. See you in 10 minutes.
We are delighted to be sponsored by HeroForge. HeroForge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. HeroForge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of their collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive, cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. You could be playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our supporters at D&D Beyond, your guide to digital D&D. Make character sheets online, share them in a campaign, and track all of those tasty little stats in one easy place. You can use the Beyond app to track your characters on the go. You can also use their encounter tracker and archive monsters to run any smooth combat thing. You know what I'm saying? You're a DM, you've done this before. You know D&D Beyond is the place to go. You can also check out our character sheets with an exclamation point characters in Twitch chat below.
Check out our wonderful supporters Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
Right, welcome back everybody. Before the break, we anointed a new Dark Lord of the Boneyard. That would be Andy. Have you chosen a name? Are you choosing a name? I'm just going to be the Dark Lord. The Dark Lord Hand. Hand of the
just
Lord.
Handsy the Bone Lord.
Incredible scenes. Tom nearly spat out his drink.
Who do I serve? I serve Hansi, the Bone Lord.
It'll take you a while to start reshaping this if you want to, but you feel a pretty immediate grasp of the mist. Is there anything else that all of you want to do here before you? I mean, I guess you might want to take a long rest before you chunk your way out.
Are the bones stopping reforming now? She has no power.
If you turn around and look, and indeed the knuckles in your hand crumble into dust.
It's good news.
The cloak's still there if you want it, though, Sam.
Of bones. I have enough bones. Sorry, I have enough bones. I will not be frequenting the Bone Lady's cloak.
close.
I mean, if no one goes for it, actually, no, I'm still charmed. I go up to Bo and I put my arm around him and go, right, so what next, friend?
Oh, Georgie, I'm going to have to be far away from you in about 40 minutes.
Are you? Does it not drop?
Good luck
Does it
with
just
that.
stay up?
You and
It
me.
stays up until I decide to drop it. It's an hour long. Just also the star spawn I'll get rid of him by now.
No, Spawnsy.
It doesn't stop you from wanting things, Sean. So if you do want to take a souvenir of your mother, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I'll probably take it. Oh, I'm just going to have this. I mean, it's pretty much the only thing that she really left me that wasn't, decades of sadness. So, yeah, I'm going to have this.
It's all yours.
There's the sacrificial dagger as well. You can it fell out of the floor when you were healed. It fell out of your chest when you were healed. You can take that as well if you wanted.
No, I suppose I could complete the set. I've got 2 of them, All right. So, where are we going, buddy? I'm not letting you out of my sight.
Ah, dear. Do I do it now? Do I do it later? I can't decide. What's better?
Is there nothing else that we could learn from this place?
All yours. Stay as long as you want. I feel as though I now have a fundamental grasp of how the mists work, and it turns out that a bit like a light switch, you just turn them off and on. And really, Georgie, your mum probably should have realised that before she tried to sacrifice you to find a way out of here. I don't know if she had something else going on, but
The Dark Master has been quite clear that things work slightly differently if you're someone they've trapped there.
And am I right in thinking that she was trapped here? Yes, because she...
You don't know why, because none of you have asked.
Who can we ask? She's dust in the wind.
It suddenly occurred to me, none of us even wondered for a moment why Georgie's mum was trapped here, and how that may have caused her to have an urge to kill Georgie. But maybe for the sake of Georgie's mental health, it might be better to gloss over that and just leave.
I'm sure your dad was great. I'm sure your dad was really solid, like all dads are. So, yeah.
I've come this far, though. I might as well, I suppose, get some closure. What do you think, friend?
Do you know, if you want the closure, it'd be interesting to know, actually, buddy.
I think that's good advice. You'd never deceived me, so I think I'll go with your advice.
Oh, okay. Do you know what? Before we get into the questioning, I can't take it anymore. It's fine. Look, and I'll drop the charm person.
You Weasley little shit.
You're the one that wanted to do it first, you Weasley little shit yourself. You were tinkering with the straws. I saw you.
Of course I was. I'm not letting you two...
Yeah, well, I'm not letting you... It's a fair cup or it's nothing at all.
You're right. But we're having words.
That's fine. We will have some words, but not right now. Look, do you want to find out about your mother, why she was here?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Okay.
I will put my hand on the altar.
Georgie.
So I understand that you're not particularly in a position where you want to be divulging information about yourself, but I was wondering whether you might be able to give us a bit of a hint as to what it was that made my mum such an horrible person.
Oh, fascinating. Well, you see, we were in dialogue, your mother and I, for a long time. When she eventually decided to settle down with your good-for-nothing father and have a child, she sort of gave it all in for a little bit, and then, of course, you were born and you were not well. I'm sure she told you that.
She did.
Doomed, I suppose, is the correct word. And she made a deal.
I mean, that doesn't sound like she was that bad. When you say doomed, who was it that doomed me?
Oh, you were just born that way.
Oh.
Wouldn't have survived. Well, no. The deal was that anyone who met you throughout your lifetime, she would exchange their soul for yours. Many souls. Many, many souls for one.
That doesn't seem fair.
Indeed. I don't think she considered that we would include her in the bargain, of course.
You said my dad was a good-for-nothing. Is that just because you personally didn't like him? Because it sounds like you and, I don't want to know about my mother's previous relationships, but it's sounding like there's jealousy there. And I think that maybe you're colouring your perception of this fella through.
Absolutely not. She was a very powerful magic user. Throughout her lifetime, he was just a carpenter.
I was just a carpenter. All right. And that's literally the entire point of this Domain of Dread, is just to capture people who have had the misfortune to know me.
Well, the entire point of it, I suppose, was to punish your mother, but we couldn't undo the deal once it was done. So yes, we did have to capture many people who knew you. Not everyone. It was random.
I suppose this is good as an answer as any. Look, I'm aware that my friend Andy is beholden to you and is now master of this Domain of Dread. And I realise I'm also in no particular position to be making threats, but we're going to have words if you mistreat him, yeah? He's a good mate.
You can try.
I'm not intending any malice here. I just, I'll be very upset should anything happen to Andy that I deem to be less than favourable.
You've had a bad day, so all I'll say is good luck.
I'll take my hand off the altar. Right. I think a kit's in order.
Bone bed.
Shall we find somewhere more comfortable?
I mean, my mum did say previously that she was going to show us to our rooms, and then she led me to a altar. So I'm hoping that there's still room somewhere, but we might potentially need to find somewhere else.
Probably was going to drop us in a hole. Knowing the way that things have been going, she was just going to push us into like a cellar or something. But I mean, we know there are rooms. We know people have sleeping places. They build them out of bones and put them in the houses. But or we find someone who can tiny hut. That might be nicer than just sleeping on the cold, cold ground.
Can you tiny hut? No one tiny hut.
If you have a look around, you do find in this house there is a hidden staircase that goes upstairs, and you can find rooms.
Are there mattresses?
Oh yeah, only the finest. She was in charge.
Oh.
So it didn't have to be brought through the mist, because now I have visions of people just trampling through the mist.
They were brought through the mist, but then she commandeered them.
Okay. Is the reason all of my IKEA orders are late because the mists have swarmed around my home and the delivery drivers are having to bat off tentacles?
They have to go to the domain. Then she looks at them and then goes, "Oh yeah, I guess some can have those. I don't want it."
I'm just imagining a group of interplanar mattress salesmen just being like, "Hang on, this isn't the Feywild."
It's the best way to use the Horizon Walker Ranger.
Sell things. Is there anything anyone, like any conversations that anyone wants to have over the course of a long rest? Anyone who's seeking out anyone else?
Yeah, Bo. A couple of words with lefty and righty.
Take it outside.
I mean, Bo will be there for a conversation if you wish one.
Sorry, no, don't mind me, Georgie. Just going through things in my brain.
Just the god of this entire place. Just put the.
I just thought it'd be a bit less bony by this point, to be honest. But you deal with it, and we'll construct with the denizens who decide to stay. Who I hope is at least some, because we saved Jim's life, so he's indebted to me in that sense.
Jim is a warlock of you now. Just poor Jim.
Yeah, I'd have conversations with anyone if they wanted to, but
Have any of you got any plans when you get home?
I don't believe that home is my next destination.
Where might you go?
I don't know, but clearly this was not the place that I thought it was to be.
Well, if you ever change your mind, you're always welcome. And if there's any way that I or we, by we I mean Jim and myself, can help you in your journey to where you do need to go, you need only come and knock on the mists.
I'm sure that I can find my way back here again. Though the only reason I would is if, well...
Let's not even give that idea legs.
I was thinking more in the state that I am now, but I clearly still have a duty to be continued with, and, well, I guess that I will tell me where to go next.
And I have every faith in your success.
Thank you.
Bo, you going to go find a domain of dread somewhere? Or are you,
No, I think that was a interesting idea for a bit. Although, you can let me know if one comes available. Hey. But I'll probably just go back to work. And, I'd like to say Captain Neary probably missed me, but I don't think he did. So we'll just find out. But
the limited time I've spent with you, I would miss you greatly if you disappeared for a day. So, don't sell yourself short.
Well, tell you what, every now and then I will send you a little message, descending, and then because I've met you, and then I can be like, hey, by the way, everybody, I know a Lord of the Domain of Dread, and I can chat to him whenever I like. So I can send
and
you
his
messages.
Warlock Jim.
And his Warlock Jim.
Exactly.
Don't be a stranger. Come and find me.
Theatre goers, you got any shows planned? No.
Me?
Well, yourself and Pip, who I hope will make the most of their life, but it's your choice, it's your life, really.
I have my obligations. I forgot about them, so I have to fulfill my. We've all got contracts of our own, really, don't we?
Yes. It's a weird way to describe your wedding to my friend.
I am just playing with the wedding ring, which is around my neck. It's a nervous. It's weird. Like sometimes I'm touching the ring, and sometimes I'm touching the pendant. It's just my hand seems to be. Oh, choices. Yeah. I mean, people are sad if you just disappear, right? If you just vanish into proverbial mist, that upsets them. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But we should just write them a note. Something. An apology, maybe a poem.
Can I insight check what though?
Yeah.
I'm not very good at this, but I also want to try.
It's a particularly high one. He's basically telegraphing it.
And you've also spent a lot of time with me, Seven.
Up to you, Tom. Up to you.
I'm gonna just for the fun of it, I'm rolling a deception just to see how it goes. Well, with a 3.
Good lord.
That's
the only way you two are friends.
The High Rollers Club.
Yeah. You can tell that Pip's gonna ghost.
Pip.
Yeah.
We're gonna have words, aren't we?
You're gonna hit me.
It depends on the nature of some of them words, I think.
I'm used to it. Go on. Parents are awful, aren't they, old Georgie?
Yeah, they certainly is. Look, I can't say that I know much about relationships. Never particularly wanted one myself. I would say that at the very least, he deserves a face-to-face.
It'll be so hard, though.
Just because it's hard doesn't mean that it's not the right thing to do.
rub the scar on my nose now. I'm like, yeah, I owe him that much at least.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to softly punch Pip on the arm, hopefully avoiding the bruise that Nutmeg left.
And for 1 hit point damage, Pip hits the ground. No, it just... the Lord of the Hunt's like, what the actual hell? Literally an hour.
I'm not going in for a lethal blow.
Just stunning blow to the... no, ow. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
I think we're all tired. We're all overtired. We've made some decisions that are going to be irreversible and maybe regretted in the morning. But I think we certainly need to at least get a night under our belts before we attempt anything else.
That sounds like a marvellous idea. Shall we have some bread and meat and water before our friend who is with us and hasn't said anything for the last 10 minutes, the cleric, goes away?
I mean, I don't feel like I'm going to be using my...
I mean,
he's well gone.
Handy, you're in charge now. I assume Georgie's mum just didn't want people to have food. You can probably allow plants to grow and... Or we can eat old Georgie's weird banquet from the show, which is mostly meat.
Yep. I'm going to cast, what is it? Create food and water.
Here,
from my spell storing ring. Don't think we're going to get back for the show this evening, so oh well. They might just have to close and put on a panto early, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water here on the ground or in containers within range. Presumably most of these containers are bone china.
That's all we got.
China.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Dig in. This side is vegetarian. I wasn't sure about everybody's dietary restrictions. There's some celiac stuff here. Not much.
Oh my God, there's actually salad. Meg, there's actually salad. Tuck in.
Meg looks very excited about the salad. As you get like the moment to actually properly look at Meg, you realise that Meg has grown. Her antlers have extended. She is bigger. She has taken on her great elk form.
So talented. I'm so proud of my ward.
And Tom continues to grow God.
Yep.
And ride her around. Yep.
I can't wait to kill her with friendship.
Can I mind link with Meg again after I did that long time ago, and just say to her, "You're looking very good."
Thank you. This is, I suppose, part of my true form, really.
Wow. Very nice, very nice. Now, we're all happy Pip is back. Do you want me to share something with him? Because you seemed a bit angry earlier.
Oh, only because he died. What a numpty.
Yes, I agree. It was very numpty of him, wasn't it?
Yeah, tell him that I'm looking forward to going home and seeing Ogden, and then we can spend some more time wandering around Waterdeep, and then we can go somewhere else with Ogden.
I will tell him that, of course. Don't you worry. Drop out. Pip?
I heard the word numpty in Great Elk. What happened?
I was having a little chat with Meg, don't worry.
I always do.
It's fine. You are a numpty because you died.
True. It wasn't my intention, but I died for good reason, for protecting one of my best friends.
You did, yes. And
yes.
We're all extremely grateful for that sacrifice that you
just
made at the time.
In Great Elk, numpty again.
However, and I'll make it very clear here, and I'll say it loudly, because I presume that Georgie is not giving me eye contact, so I'm saying it loudly so that he hears this as well. She says she's very excited to go home to Ogden and to Waterdeep and to explore Waterdeep with Ogden, and then when you go somewhere with Ogden, that will also be fun.
Oh.
Just that I should make that clear.
I'm making an insight there, because the way that Pip's thinking, it sounds like she wants to just go with Ogden and not him. Oh! I just... It's a 16. I'm like, oh, Oh, with me too. Okay.
Yes, with you as well, of course.
I made a bad mistake. I'm sorry. And her dad's weirdly her dad's actually really chill. He's actually he's quite like looking at it was like, well, we've talked, he's been nice, and he was like, he gave me options, but okay, fine, I'll just hang out with the true love of my life.
Oh my god, yeah, your life sounds so hard. Oh dear, whoa.
I mean, I'm gonna die in a war, supposedly, to a statue. There's prophecies. But what? I suppose, yeah, prophecy. I'm gonna have fun while I...
Is this in your book?
Yeah, if you get my book out.
Okay, good. Just so I can read through and understand what's going on. And then if you need my help, then I can help you. Because I'd rather you don't die in the war. So, give me a shout when it's happening. And
there's going to be wreck, there's going to be ruin, there's going to be me being squished by a statue. Thus goes the prophecy.
Okay, right, okay.
It's a good point. I don't know why I was so upset about you dying just then, because I knew that wasn't a prophecy.
Exactly. unless it's sort of like... Technically, the spell was like, oh, it's maybe your mum's name. What was your mum's name? We've just been calling her old Georgie's mum. Does she have a name?
I don't know. I can't be bothered to go down and ask the altar now.
We could check her cloak.
Down all them stairs.
That's too much effort.
Is it sewn into the?
There's a little
tag.
And as you try and find the tag, Emma tries to find the name in the document.
I thought you were going to say that's why we call it to a cloak. No, we want to know the name.
She did tell you.
I know.
She
Em
told you
us.
last time. Indigo. Indigo told you last time as well.
Indigo,
yeah, but that was all of like a week ago.
A lot's happened since then.
Yeah, people have died
and come back to life
and been put into bags, and it's been a time. Yeah, Indigo.
Oh,
I feel like I did know that.
Well, I can't even remember why I was asking now. I'm not going to be like that if I have kids. I'm going to be a good dad. I'm not going to sacrifice my kids.
What a low bar.
Yeah.
I think in a previous episode where I said I won't let you be sacrificed if it's for a bad reason, and everyone worked out, would I let it for a good reason? I was like, yeah, probably.
It's just a shame that the episode where this potentially actually happened was lost to the sands of time as well.
Absolutely. So much happened in that lost episode.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's a good point. I've got to keep an eye on the sky. That's a character trait that we lost. Pip looks at the sky, he's like, that's fine.
Right.
Fine. Yes. So, I'm going back to Waterdeep to be with my husband, Old Georgie pantomime or winter show. That's going to be good. Bo, Prince of the Sewers. Eri, Wandering the Plains. Handy. I mean, what are you thinking? Well, like, what kind of wallpaper you're going to put up? Everyone going to be skeletons?
I'm thinking I would like to scrap the skeletons. I'd like the skeletons to look how they want to look. If they want to be skeletons, that's fine. I would like them all to be able to enjoy the pleasures they enjoyed in life here, whether that's the theatre or eating something other than bread and meat and water, unless that's what they want to eat. If it's hunting, if it's just sitting down and reading a book. And the people who aren't nice, I'd like them to see those pleasures and realise there's more to life than hurting other people. Admittedly, I appreciate it might be hard to do that without some form of reprimand, but I'm going to be idealistic, and we're just going to see what happens. I'm thinking Elysian Fields is what we're going for here, Em. Just like a beautiful valley that people accidentally stumble into through the mists. Maybe there's some dinosaurs running around. Maybe it's Jurassic Park. I'm still working that out. But
occasionally someone stumbles over something hard in the grass and picks up a bone.
Exactly. But we're going to be using the bone as fertilizer. All of that phosphate.
Lovely marrow.
Meanwhile, there's a panopticon of a prison just in the middle where they can go, look what you're missing. You shouldn't have started those fires. Look, those people are having a hunt. It's great. Oh, it does sound good, actually. Yeah.
Well, you're always welcome. And if you would like to bring any shows here, the Savoy replica will still be here, albeit we might put up some wallpaper on the bones.
How's it sound, old George? You want to go touring again?
No.
It's how we met. He got teleported into the Feywild with Ogden, and next thing we knew, we were saving the Feywild.
Yeah, and the next adventure we have, you die. So
Well, you nearly died in the last one, so I guess it's
I'm
my turn.
getting old.
Yeah. No, you're not that old Georgie.
I'm very old.
How old are you?
Right, late 50s. It's about as old as fools get.
Clearly, there is many more years that you could live. Your mother
It really
is
isn't. I'm
very,
already-
very old.
I'm already a couple of years past my life expectancy.
No.
Yeah, it was a part of me thinking, turn it in a dark domain of dread rather than, the ever-looming fear of mortality.
I mean,
well, if you'd like to write it down on a piece of paper, we can pick you up when you die. You can come here, put on shows for the rest of the time.
No.
Okay. That's
offer
your
made,
choice.
offer refused. It's simple as.
I mean, I'll come back, but, maybe not for the shows.
Well, come here and enjoy doing what you enjoy doing.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't retire and then, go, all right, well, I'll carry on with the old, day job.
Some people do, but just remember, don't stress about it. What happens, happens. Over 50%, or exactly 50% of people make it past life expectancy. So you might have a lot of time left.
Roll an intelligence check, Georgie.
Good, something I'm actually good at.
Sorry, just to establish, is this as to whether or not that's statistically accurate?
No,
or
we all know that
something
that's
else going on?
bollocks.
That is a
This
10.
is a world with elves.
What did you roll, Sean?
10. I have a +5, but I did not roll high.
You start to put it together and it niggles in your brain when you say, I'm already 2 years over my life expectancy. Something just twinges. You're not quite putting it together yet, but it niggles at you for a while.
I'm putting it together.
All right.
And we said 2 years was roughly when the dream started as well.
Hmm.
Oh no.
Not
Georgie's-
not two in an episode, Em.
I have a sad
That's
now.
not fair. That's not fair.
What, two what?
Georgie is
You can't-
Georgie's dad, and the hand killed him.
No.
And he's a denizen of the dark, dreaming dark. And also he did something wrong against the sewer people.
Over the course of the evening, you put it together that maybe your life's been supernaturally extended. You don't know. Maybe you'll live for longer than you were anticipating.
Yeah, that is a thing that perhaps Han should ask their master at some point. Why the interest in Georgie? Not just because of the mother, because it was very much very
is that
invested in
Irarai
Georgie
saying
staying
this?
alone. No, I'm just
Okay, cool. It's not getting asked.
I think it was all down to the mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was her wording in the pact that kind of locked that in.
Yeah.
I think the accountant got murdered, because that really sounded like she got murdered. Like a building fell on her. I was just thinking that people were trying to kill people who knew you, old George, but I think she just was accidental.
Sounds to me like you're trying to, pique our interest in another quest.
Well,
You did it with the Autumn Hags, and, look how that went.
yeah. I mean, I enjoy spending time with you. Simple as. And sometimes that could be set building, and sometimes that could be... the Astral Sea's fun. I actually talked to... there was this little grung that tried to eat Nutmeg, and then she was like, oh, Astral Sea, oh, God shards, and I just threw over a wall. So Astral Sea could be fun.
Pip, if you ask me to go to the Astral Sea, I will consider it. It's probably a no. But I will give it due consideration.
Yes. Stags in space. Stags in space.
Oh, good lord.
Good luck, Em.
Pip finally having his stag party in the Astral Sea.
Speaking of spa date, Bo, still want to go get to the spa?
Yes, we did say this. Yeah, yes, of course.
Amazing. Oh, Georgie, you're not show. Here, right, come on. A bit relaxing.
I don't believe I've ever relaxed before.
Perfect. Handy.
I'm not sure I like the idea.
I'd love to, but I'm afraid unless you can bring the spa here, I'm going nowhere.
I'll work on it.
Thank you.
If there's an open trade route, I think we could probably... I'll finally have that conversation with Enoch, who could probably have a conversation with other people, and we'll try and bring... you could make one. If you could just make things, you could make a spa.
It is something I would have liked to enjoy in life.
Perfect.
And there will be a spa.
Fine by me. As you all take your long rest, and the four of you eventually, presumably at some point, exit through the mist to go back somewhere, Andy can open the mist and close them again, so you're safe as you travel through. By the way, this is the point where you would have leveled up. However, the point where I was intending you to level up in the campaign, we just didn't take a long rest, so that ship has sailed.
I was trying. I kept saying it.
Andy is definitely leveled up because you've got one level of Warlock. So
one question, Em. As they went through the mist, could they see the things that were grasping at them?
No, but you can, because you can see into them now.
That's exciting. I'd like to know what they are, please. Sorry. Tangent.
They're tentacle things. I can look up the exact name for you. As the mist close again and you stand here on your own for the first time in a while, you hear the toll of a bell in the sky, and you hear a voice in your head say, well then, time for some judgment. And that is where we're going to wrap.
Over the credits, you just see us in dressing gowns and cocktails.
Well, Handy bangs a gavel. What?
Within Jim, it's typing. Jim still wants to be a skeleton. Jim's fingers are tapping on the keys.
People still building the bakery and
Yeah. Stenography, is that what?
Stenography, yeah.
That is a problem with the hand staying in the domain of dread. You've lost your new funder.
Yeah.
For the
bakery, yeah.
Oh shit.
Not just the bakery.
They are called Unspeakable Horrors, Sam.
Oh, cool.
Sounds.
And that's the last we will mention them.
No, do not speak.
Yeah, we should probably be quiet now.
Don't even think.
You could probably have a conversation with them about the old, tapping you on the back, Maybe they can actually straighten it out this time.
Spa. They're chiropractors. They've got as many medical qualifications as a chiropractor.
Chiropracticals.
The tentacles around the spa.
Chiropracticals.
Chiropracticals.
I'm going to do the outro script.
Yeah,
Thank you everyone for joining us for this ridiculous campaign. If you enjoyed tonight, we won't be anymore, but the team play every Monday and Tuesday from 6 p.m. GMT. We're moving into Christmas one-shots now, so there'll be many, many Christmassy one-shots from lots of different people. And then on Fridays at 6 p.m. we do either Talk Together or Talking is a Free Action, where you can see some of our team talking to each other. All of our shows are streamed at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg and archived at youtube.com/rolltogetherrpg. You can find us all over social media as rolltogetherrpg and also on the podcasts. Apologies if we didn't describe anything well for your podcast viewers, listeners. Part of the issue. Massive thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. We really appreciate all of the support you give us, and the same for our sponsors and supporters. Couldn't do what we do without you. And that is everything. Thank you for watching, everyone, and we will see you soon. And don't forget to fill in the wiki with all of the nonsense that this lot have been up to. Bye.